I'm Mark Medina with the Los Angeles Times and presenting the second edition of Lakers Roundtable with Mike Bresnahan and Brad Turner with the LA Times. And we're back where we start again, literally at a roundtable.
Not for long. I mean, we're here so late tonight. It's after midnight. The custodians are starting to take the roundtables out of the media room so they can vacuum. I've never been here this late. This is pretty late.
Well, we work hard, and you know what? We're capping this off. I promised I'd bring something to the table next time, so I thought I'd treat you guys to some chips and dip here.
Chips and dips. Chips and dips. I like that. Where's the cold water to go with the chips and dips? But I'll take
the water's
this.
right here.
Someone's been drinking out this water. I want my own water bottle. I don't want Bresnahan's water bottle. Are you kidding me?
I did try bringing some beer, but the McLovin fake ID just didn't work.
Okay, I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I thought I'd be able to fool him, but
I think you might be as young.
work.
I think you might be as young as McLovin. I really do.
yeah, I rode my bike here to Staples Center tonight.
Can you hear them moving the tables in the
look at
background?
that. And
This
he's
is
rolling the
serious.
table along, too. That's beautiful, man.
They might take our round table out from under us to
Yes,
clean this
they
place.
will.
I've never experienced this before.
Well, looks like we'll have to dive at it here. Lakers just recently came off a 109-107 victory against the Toronto Raptors. Not the prettiest wins. It came down to another Kobe Bryant game winner. And before that game, Lakers came off a winless 3-game trip. What do you guys take away from where the Lakers are at right now?
The Lakers are kind of struggling a little bit. They are not the same team we saw in, obviously, November and December. As Lamar Odom said, teams are not afraid of the Lakers anymore. Teams are actually having an attitude about, you know what, they're the Lakers, they're not invincible. We can beat these dudes, we can talk stuff to these dudes in their own building, and the Lakers won't do anything about it.
When will they start doing something about it?
Boy, I don't know. But BT made, a really good. I'm choking on the snacks that you provided us, Mark. It's very good, by the way. Kettle chips and some French onion dip.
I didn't mess around.
That I should probably point out expires in about 8 days. So it's good we're getting to it now. If we had a third round table, we'd probably, die of food poisoning if we ate this stuff. I'm sorry, what was the original question?
Don't worry. First of all, we're gonna eat these chips before the expiration date, so you don't have to worry about it. But Brad was talking about how teams are coming in against the Lakers. They feel like they can intimidate them, play them physically. When are the Lakers, do you think, going to respond to that?
They're just not that kind of team. Powell is definitely a finesse player. He's a very skilled player. 2-time All-Star in the last 2 years. One of the top 20 players in the league, but he's not tough. And I thought Andrew Bynum would be a little bit more physical at this point in his career, but he's not a real intimidating shot blocker type. When will they push back? I guess only when they get pushed too hard.
Now, as far as after the loss against Charlotte, which by all accounts was tremendously horrible, the team had an aired out type meeting. I mean, what were you guys able to gather as far as the type of things they discussed?
But we do know that Kobe admitted he swore at them, he cussed at them, which is not surprising. It's what he does, and does it very well. But I think, from what we understand, Derek Fisher also spoke up, Lamar Odom spoke up. Phil wanted everyone to have a roundtable discussion, so to speak.
Kind of like we
Kinda
are
like
right
what we
now,
got going on right now, except for we're not going to swear at each other.
They have chips and dip as well.
They may have kicked some chips and dips along the way there, but I mean, they had to air some things out. And I mean, I even think Andrew Bynum had a few things to say on more about how do we want to play defense against the pick and roll, where should I be, how should I help. I mean, they had discussions trying to figure things out because they really were a mess when they got to Orlando. Orlando was better, but in some ways the defense regressed tonight against Toronto. I mean, it wasn't very good tonight at the right moments.
My favorite observation of the night, Kobe comes out and he hits the game winner, and he comes out of the trainer's room to talk to the media. I've never seen a person more unhappy about hitting a game winner. Someone asked him, is this the way you envision this win? Great shot. Kobe just very quietly says, no, we're allowing too many points. We're not playing good defense. And I think right there to see him, he was so upbeat after the Orlando loss because the team played well. It was actually a very good quality loss on the road against a team with the third best record in the NBA. Tonight, however, not happy at all. after winning barely at home against the barely 500 Toronto team.
So with what you're saying, I mean, do you think the main thing right now is just the effort that matters the most?
Yeah, and defense. I mean, the pick and roll defense is still just so crummy. Bynum gets stuck in a gray area. Sometimes he commits and does a good job of bothering the opposing guard after the pick. Sometimes he kind of gets stuck down low because he's worried about his guy scoring. Their pick and roll defense, and of course, Farmar's letting a lot of people blow past him. But they need to work on that pick and roll defense because everyone runs it in the NBA.
And this is the sound of crummy defense, man. Right?
Yeah.
Well, this is crunchy defense, not crummy defense, which might be the same thing. Crunchy and crummy.
This is expired French dip defense.
Now I would say it's by no means proportional, but I remember, you guys asked me about last time about me winning this knockout championship at a basketball camp in 1997, and I have proof. I have this trophy.
That's not proof. Your name is not on there. You could have stolen that from some poor kid.
You think I just stole this?
You could have. Why would I? That could be for your cousin or somebody. That could be for cousin Tom. I don't know.
So I got to present some material witnesses here.
Yes, you do. I want to see pictures. I want
of me holding it.
Hey, you know what? I want to be like Phil Jackson. I want evidence. I want real evidence.
Hey, BT, when I played 8-man football, as we know, it's a common punchline for Brad Turner to make fun of my 8-man football career, even though I was 2-time All-Delphic League. But the fact that we're getting pelted by a writer from another newspaper who's throwing trash at us,
and also throwing us under the bus when he can.
And I don't even know what I was saying. But 8-man football, we got nice big certificates. We had big banquets. That I gotta say. That's one of the puniest trophies I've ever seen in my life. It's barely the size of your index finger. What is that?
I don't know. I think it's handheld. It's portable. I can display it.
Did you win this like in the 6th grade or something? Maybe be honest. This is not in high school, right?
We're talking about 1997.
Is that when you were in high school? Were you a senior in high school? Oh my God! This is what they gave away then. Must have been one of those propositions that took all the money where they couldn't afford real size trophies or something.
It was a real down year in Pennsylvania that year.
Wow, I'm really getting roasted. Well, the reason why I brought this up is that year, I won the championship. I was on a high. I thought, no one can knock me out. And then the next summer, I didn't have that same hunger, and people were coming at me.
Ooh, wow.
And I wound up losing in the finals. And to kind of take it back, Lakers coming off the championship last season. Do you see a little bit of similarity? Is the hunger level dropping?
Mark, the imagery is so poetic. I'm moved to tears almost. I feel like I'm watching an ESPN Outside the Lines tearjerker special right now. This is
30 on 30.
Break out the tissues.
Wow.
Man, was it 30 on 30? It's 30 on Mark Medina. Wow. You know what? It's an interesting question, though. Is the hunger still there? I think it's there, but it's not that drive, that focus, that intent. We want to prove that we are better than what we were the year they lost to Boston. We want to prove to everyone that we can be NBA champs. They're proving that. Now, can you really prove that you want to repeat? It takes much more, and so far, lately, the last 3 weeks to a month, they haven't shown that they have everything it takes to defend their title.
I think it would probably be fair to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, that some of the chip on their shoulder mentality, at least from last season, obviously came from the Celtics loss and the previous season, the finals. When you don't have that as motivation from a previous season, I mean, what do you do to replace that type of thing that can really help push a team along?
Well, it's a really good question. And by the way, I appreciate your trophy more after the really beautiful setup you had for that. I'm sorry I made fun of your trophy. It's one of the nicest trophies I've ever seen.
You should have seen my shooting. It was lights out.
The Lakers, they're going to need to. They need to do goals like almost week to week now. Phil's really got to almost micromanage it, saying, okay, we've got three road games coming up at Phoenix, at Golden State, at Sacramento. We need to go 3-0. And then after that, they have a couple road games or a couple home games against crummy teams. We need to sweep the home games the rest of the month. Then they have a tough 5-game trip at the end of the month, including at San Antonio, at Oklahoma City, and they end it at Atlanta. I mean, they need to say, we want to go 4-1 on this road trip. He really needs to lessen the grander scope of winning a championship to keep this team interested for the next 6 weeks.
At this point in the season, obviously, look at the race with Cleveland for the league's best record, and then you also look at the dimensions of the West. Dallas, Denver, and Utah are definitely not far behind from the Lakers. Where do you see the West eventually finishing out?
That's another good question. As it stands right now, I still believe the Lakers will win the West. They have the best record in the West. They're 3 games ahead of Dallas as we talk. I think Dallas will probably end up sucking because Kenyon Martin is going to be out for a while. It looks like they're trying to deal with the knee injury. So if I had to pick my 4, there's no doubt it'd be the Lakers, Dallas second, I think Denver third, and Utah fourth. After that, there's sort of a little juggle. Then probably Phoenix will end up 5th. And then the next 3 teams are kind of fighting for who's going to be 6th, 7th, and 8th. Teams like that, like, you got Portland, you got San Antonio, and Oklahoma City. Oklahoma's 26, San Antonio 7, and Portland is 8th. So they're all kind of jockeying for that position right there. But one thing can happen is one team believes they can beat the Lakers, the Denver Nuggets. They really believe they can beat this team, and they have. They've beat them twice, and they almost had them beat here. The Lakers. That was the last good game the Lakers really played. That was the last game they played with hunger, with a thirst, with the idea of if we let them beat us, take a 3-0 lead in this series, things will change dramatically. Instead, they beat them, and now the Lakers have their chest sticking out. Right now, their chest is a little fat, like Mike Bezelhan's chest is, for not lifting weights.
I'll have you know, I ran 4.5 miles last night, and let's not forget I ran a 10K just a few weeks ago.
How do you do?
I was 54 minutes and 48 seconds, I believe. Brad Turner, it's about 8.5 minute mile pace. Just want to let you know.
Right. Just so everyone also knows, Gary Vee, the Lakers trainer, who is 20 years older than Mike Breslingham, beat him by 10 minutes.
No, he beat me by 3 minutes. He's an accomplished runner. I just picked up the sport a year ago.
Stop it!
So do you have a trophy to prove all this?
No,
No, he
but
does not.
I wish I don't even have like a certificate. I got, you know what you get if you run the Redondo Beach Super Bowl 10K? You get a t-shirt for your $25 entry, and they give you 2 cans of Asahi beer as soon as the race is over.
Maybe that's a carrot for Jackson to dangle for the Lakers.
I'm telling you, it got me to the finish line.
Yeah.
One more thing about what BT was saying. The importance of finishing first in the West, you cannot overlook that if you're the Lakers. Say Dallas passes you, then you get Denver in the second round. You don't want Denver in the second round, and then Dallas in the West Finals, potentially, and then Cleveland. So the Lakers cannot finish second or third. They need to hold off both these teams, Denver and Dallas, and let those 2 teams beat each other up in the second round. And the Lakers will probably get a Utah team that the Lakers really have Utah's number. They beat them, the last 2 seasons in the playoffs.
Right.
They're not concerned about that.
And they beat Utah at Utah without Kobe Bryant, which was very big. They blew them out. It was big for this team.
There's 17 games remaining before the regular season is over, so we'll have to just wait and see. But for now, we'll all be able to enjoy these chips before they expire.
And I hope you take your trophy home, put it under your pillow, because it can definitely fit. Let me tell you, it's not exactly a 4-foot-tall trophy there.
I'm going to be defending this trophy with pride. You won't be able to take it.
You can hide that trophy in your hand. You kidding me? That trophy's so big.
Alrighty, well, we'll see who becomes the next knockout championship. Possibly later on the next edition of Lakers Round.